We're doing the Game 1989 TKL today, which is interesting. I don't know how, like, I really don't know what to expect from this. I think it's your typical kind of flex cut, you know, foamy board, which is fine. Again, I think that we can't always build the same board. I think today, honestly, I might even just use PE film on it. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it today. But I'm more excited about the switches, believe it or not. The switches are interesting to me. Look what we got in today, guys. The film switches. We got them all in. Got these ones, and I think there was these guys as well. So this is the weird one, though. This is the odd one out. This is considered the Game 1989, but it's a film switch. I don't really understand this one here, because this... Was there a game film or something? I don't really understand this one here. Maybe I'm just missing a particular film stock. Was there a film stock called Game? I'm not too sure. But believe it or not, out of all of these... I don't know. I think these ones might actually be my favorite looking. These are full travel. These are 4 mil. Is it 4 mil? Yeah, 4 mil. These are full, and I'm super excited to try these ones. So these are 3.8, and these are 3.5, I believe. Yeah, 3.5. Spring weight, they're all sort of similar. These seem to be one of the heavier ones. In terms of like plastics on these, bro, I don't know. This is T5 PCP4, this is LYPA12P2. I don't know, maybe these will be cool. The plastics on them, I'm not too sure. So, I don't know, I think I wanna use these. So I guess this is based off what, like a Fuji stock? Actually, what do they come in? They come in like little fake film containers. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's cute. It's definitely cute though. I appreciate it. Even got that little lip on the film container there too. Yeah, that's cute. That's very cool. I think a bunch of vendors have these if you guys wanted to try them out. I mean, they're HMX switches at the end of the day, so you know they're gonna be pretty good. That's cool. What do these ones here look like? That's cool, it is. I mean, I appreciate that it still has all the stats of the Switch on the container here. These are cool. I like these actually. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, these are kind of gimmicky, but you know what? They're fun. These are fun to have. And you know what? They're reusable containers too, so you can just keep a whole bunch of these and kind of keep them as like a display thing too. And you can store switches inside them. I'm fine with this. Plus you can even technically reuse these little boxes to store things. Cool. Yeah, these are neat. You know what? Okay, these are the full travel ones. These are the ones I'm personally the most interested in trying today. Like, that sounds pretty good for an HMX switch. It doesn't sound like thin. Sometimes you get that thinness with HMX switches, you know? I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's personal preference, obviously, but these are interesting. Are these already filmed? No, these are just, they're film style switches. They're lubed though, but that would actually be a really smart thing to have them filmed. Do these stack? Oh, look at this. They kind of lock in place too. Oh, hell yeah. Well, they sent over this too. This is like a big package thing that they sent over. They wanted me to take a look at. So they did technically sponsor today's stream, but we'll be, obviously, didn't stop me yesterday. Never gonna stop me. You know, we'll be very, very open and honest about everything that we feel. So this is the, I guess, the cherry version of the 1989 switches, or not switches, keycaps. Oh, wicked. This is cool. This is a fun kind of keycap. So this spans over 4 different caps, which is really cool for like any sort of macro thing that you might have. That's cool that comes with that. Yeah, the PBT looks, I mean, it's pretty thick PBT. Look at that. Pretty thick. Cool. Yeah, the legends look pretty decent quality on these. And then here's the board. The board's cool looking. The board, I'm not hesitant per se, but you guys will see. You guys will see what I mean. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff, kind of like a cream cable here. The board is on sale for $210, but normally it's $220. So it's not a bad price. I'm talking USD. It's a pretty big board, actually. So we got a whole bunch of accessories. I'm guessing some stabilizers. Ooh, these are plate mounted. I wonder if this does not accept PCB mounted stabs. Oh, it looks like it does. But I guess they give you plate mounted. I think this is a bit of an odd choice. Someone's made the argument one time that people like gaming companies and more generic brands are purposely put in plate mount it because it's easier to put in after the fact. I can agree with that, but I also disagree with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with plate mounted, by the way. I've proven time and time again that I actually don't mind them. They're not bad. But I think just for the sake of having a more secure stabilizer, I mean, you probably want to go with PCB mounted. Usually anyways. It's a thinner PCB, so it's a 1.2 mil PCB, and it's also flex cuts like everywhere. The PCB is... We have to understand though, like this trend of PCB is not really big here, you know, in North America, but it's still big in a lot of places. I'm thinking we just use foam. You know, again, like some people really love this. This is something that I've been told time and time again that in different regions, this is still extremely popular. And in fact, one of the only ways some things people build keyboards. So I'm fine with it. It's cool. I'm not going to get upset. High key, this looks like a little face over here where the USB is. I don't know why. It just looks like a face of some sort. I don't know if that's done on purpose, but it kind of looks like a retro game character face or something like that. We got lots of foam. We have an FR4 plate, and that's pretty much it for this. In terms of what you can do with this PCB, it does look like you're fixed to a 6.25U. This is definitely more leaning towards the novelty side of keyboards. I mean, obviously there's nothing wrong with that either. I think most high-end keyboards can be considered a novelty if you really want to go down that route, and everyone has different tastes. Not a whole hell of a lot of options here. However, they are using Gateron hot swap sockets, which I appreciate, not the Kale ones. I have a bit of a personal vendetta against the Kale ones. There's no extra little piece of metal sitting above, which is nice to see. Hate the Kale ones personally. Otherwise, a very, very, very standard PCB with flex cuts, a little bit thinner as well. Keyboard itself. Okay. I actually don't mind. I actually don't think this... Yeah, like this actually looks pretty cool. I like all the little details on it. Oh, this is neat too. I would have preferred... I mean, this is a really big block of aluminum on the back. Okay, can I say something? I kind of like the feet. How they have one circular foot over here. And then they have the regular feet. That's kind of a neat feature, I guess. A bit like a game controller. That's cool. I like that. That's a neat little feature. Really deep recessed screws here, which can be a bit difficult if you have like a standard screwdriver kit. Neat little board over here, Game 1989. For 210 bucks, I think it's also in stock. Could be a cool little novelty project for sure. It is, I'm a little... Actually, it's not too bad. I thought it'd be more like bell-like, you know, have that bell kind of... It's actually not too bad in terms of resonance there, just right off the rip. So I'm gonna install some, because I'm like I said, I'm probably just gonna use cherry clip-ins. I'll go grab some of those, but I do want to install some of, want to install these guys. These will help me do a lot today. I don't know if this aesthetic is going to be for everyone. The thing with these type of aesthetics, right, is this has to speak to you. It's never going to be everyone's cup of tea. This is not like a, like, let's be real, this is not truly a classy design. This is a trendy design. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, giving into some of the trendy design stuff. I do as well. But I do feel like retro stuff and classic stuff have been very the rage lately. I guess let's clip some of these now. I'm coming around on aluminum plates. I find myself using them more. Dude, aluminum plates on, especially gasket, I mean, I don't know why. They all sound great. Alrighty. Foam as well, or do we just do PE? What do you guys think? Just PE? I'm down. I'm down to try that. Have I ever tried that? I'm not sure. I don't think I have. Just to kind of reiterate the thing with this board, it is flex cuts. It is 1.2. I think all of us, for the most part, are coming into this understanding that this is probably going to be a bit thinner in sound. Okay, we're all kind of coming into this being like, all right, that makes sense. You know, am I going to ask them to fix this? Truth be told, I don't think this is something that needs to be fixing. This is more of a preference thing. Do I think they'll sell more if they went with a standard PCB? Yes, obviously I do think that, especially in the Western market. Is this an objective problem to have? The answer is no. It's not an objective problem. It's just a preference. And it's good to have variety. I think it's totally fine. It's very popular, like the flex cut things. They're super, and you guys don't understand how big the hobby is overseas. This is so popular overseas. So popular. Our keyboard market here pales in comparison. Why does it have plate stabs though? I mean, there's nothing wrong with plate stabs in my opinion. It's included stabs, I'm not gonna get upset with it. Would I say that I'd prefer if they didn't include plate mounted, they included PCB? For sure. There are some benefits, I suppose, you can call with plate mounted, but I mean, it is what it is. In terms of plate, like this is something we can criticize. The layout, there's not much of it. Like you're stuck with one single layout. I would love for them to like completely, redo this and give us lots of different layouts. Again, though, it's not something that's make or break. You might not like it. Maybe it's not your preference, but that's all it is. If I'm being honest, best thing you can do, be open-minded with these things. We might not like this today, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We can all sit here and collectively agree this is not our thing. But we have to understand there's still people who really like this. We can't be ignorant towards people like that. And there's also people who, even people here in the Western market who really like the foamy sound signature. We have to kind of be open-minded that there's lots of different people who like different things. The film case is so fire. I agree, dude. I mean, even the switches look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the switches do look pretty hot. All right, this is done. All right, let's put the little things on this guy. So there's a few different gaskets for this. There's these softer ones and a little bit more of a firmer one, it seems. Let's use these black ones here. The clear ones, I'll wait for later. They do have a mounting point under the spacebar. I think that's bad practice to have. I'm gonna leave that not put on right now and just maybe we trim that off. Pretty bad practice to have one there in my opinion. If you guys are wondering why, my opinion on this is it actually ends up having more negative effects on the sound profile than anything else. It'll make something sound a bit more flat slash also feel a bit more stiff, so. This is a really thick chunk of aluminum. Take a look at this. That is a thick piece. So inside, it looks like they have a bunch of screws meant for the accent pieces. So you know what, for $210, this does have a few pieces you're getting with it. Mind you, some are accent pieces. It does look like they have a bit of an internal frame as well, which is interesting. So you could technically take that apart. Oh wow, even this is a small separate piece. The coating on this is a smidge rough. I actually quite like it. Almost feels like a powder coat. I'm not sure what it is though. It feels nice though, and it looks great. Super consistent coating here. We can just lay this down flat, although I do think, you know what, we can always uninstall it and then just put the foam in afterwards, but. Daughter board up here. It's not a universal daughter board. It seems to be something non-universal. And let's start screwing this back together. Actually, you know what? Okay, this particular board with these switches actually looks kind of cool. Again, I actually kind of appreciate the shape. One thing I actually didn't notice until right now was this kind of has more of a curve right over here. I didn't even see that. Kind of reminiscent of like, what, a game controller a little bit. Kind of a unique shell here. I quite like that actually. Yeah, like an actual Game Boy, yeah. This is cool. Would love to see, would love for them to at least give us, I don't mind everything else on the board. Everything else is fine. Maybe the plate, but I mean, you can just trim that off. It's FR4. Would love to see just maybe a different PCB. Even a solderable version. If they don't want to, the hot swap's fine. Just 1.6 mil and no flex cuts. Not the end of the world, but it'll be cool to see. This was sent over with it, and I think this is actually a really cool choice. I really like this. This board looks really cool, actually. I don't love all the design choices on the inside of the board. Some of them, you know, they're not up to what I would normally want inside a keyboard, like personally. But this whole theme is really cool. I'm vibing with it. And I'm vibing with it pretty hard. You do get some different types of gaskets. You know what? I don't even mind this. Like, these switches feel fantastic. This sounds weird. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take these switches out and use them in another build for sure. So this is just the PE film. I didn't use any other foams. PE is pretty in your face with, you know, different sound signatures. I did use cherry clip-ins for this for stabilizers, and these are using the 1989 game switches. Spacebar is not my favorite in the world. Like, it does sound kind of glassy, but that also just could be because we're using PBT. I love this key, by the way. This key is so cool. The board's cool. The board is like, I don't know, has a lot going on for it. 210 bucks. I don't love the internals, mainly the PCB. I think the PCB is just the thing that's holding me back with this. But I think as a fun little project, if you know, want to spend some money and get something Game Boy themed, like retro themed, this could be it. Side profile is just your basic wedge, has a little bit of those accent details on it. I like the back of it. I don't love the word Game 1989, but I don't mind it, so I don't hate it. Bottom of this is neat too. I like what they did with the feet here. The coating on this is really good. I like the texture of it too. There's the other side there. It's cool. You know, this even shows you some of that internal case there. I like what they did with that. It's really neat. $210, I believe this is in stock too. Not a terrible price for this. For again, how many pieces are actually used on this, and I would say this is pretty damn good quality. A lot better than some of like the, maybe not like the Lumen key or the QK stuff in terms of like the quality you get, but definitely better than some of the other brands that I've seen. $210, not bad. Actually, yeah, these are in stock. You can literally pick them up on mechanical keyboards. 6-degree typing angle, not bad. Not bad at all. It's a fun looking board with a cool theme geared towards someone who really wants this particular theme. All right, guys, that's pretty much the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed the build today. I really do. I hope it was fun. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was fun to me. I haven't built a board like this in quite some time, so I had some fun. Look at that. Look how cool this keycap is. Oh, please focus on it. Hello? Camera? There we go. Look how cool this is. Whatever, it's not focusing. This camera hates me. Bye, everybody. See ya.